So I've already talked with Frank about SharePoint in general and what's working and what's not working for internal communications. Now I want to ask him some questions that focus specifically on SharePoint on-premise. Okay, so my first question is a customized SharePoint intranet a good enough employee communications tool?
SharePoint as a team and document collaboration platform has often been extended to also be used as an employee intranet. This usually requires a lot of effort and custom development around topics like the news feature, whole start page, page templates, or the overall navigation. Despite of all this effort, the basis is still SharePoint, so it usually lacks mobile support, it's complex to use for content creators, and is often only available via the company network, with no access for employees that are not sitting at their desk. So, on one side, there's this effort and investment that companies made into their SharePoint, and on the other side, there are communicators that can't fulfill their task of getting important messages out to all employees.
Okay, there's definitely some challenges there. So what is the Staffbase approach for an existing on-premise SharePoint?
Staffbase is a mobile-first employee communication platform that's used by hundreds of leading companies worldwide. Because it's ready to go, it's very easy to use it as a company-wide comms platform and reach all employees. Staffbase offers a standard SharePoint web part to easily add staff-based communication content like news channels into SharePoint. That's very flexible, so companies can configure it to show a personalized news feed to the users on the start page, or they could include HR news channel to the HR team site in SharePoint. All of this works seamlessly with single sign-on, and SharePoint still remains the main start page for employees using their desktop computer. Users can also take it a step further and switch to use Staffbase as the start page and front door to their whole digital workplace. In this case, they might also embed some news content back into SharePoint because they will likely still use SharePoint as a document repository or team collaboration platform.
Okay, so this makes a lot of sense from a communications perspective, but what about IT?
That's a huge improvement in terms of the ability to reach everyone in the company and measure success without an extensive IT project. From an IT perspective, you don't just keep your existing infrastructure and investment, you also reduce complexity for further upgrades, like to SharePoint Online, because employee comms is one of the rather weak parts of SharePoint, and companies are otherwise always having to find custom solutions there. And you save money, because if you have non-desk employees that don't have SharePoint licenses, they don't need to be licensed in the future because they have everything they need in the Staffbase platform.